returned to Planescape Torment. Oh. It has been a minute. And by a minute, I mean 1 week, pretty much exactly. I'm still fiddling around with some settings, no major improvements this week. Balanced the audio a little bit. Been futzing around with, I'm trying to see if I can maybe add something to deal with this border. I don't know why the resolution for this game is like this exactly. I'm not exactly sure what the dimensions are. I've tried playing around with it, tweaking it in a couple different ways, but right now this is the best I can manage for a stream layout, so I do apologize about the big void surrounding us on either side. I wanted to set up a background, but I didn't have time. I got out of work a little later than I thought I was going to today. So, hi there. My name is Jude. You can find me here on judex9.twitch.tv. Do I have that right? Is it the other way? I think it's twitch.tv/judex9 is the way these... Yeah, that's the way the links are formatted. So, you can find me here on Twitch and here on YouTube at 660's Review and the Crew. So that'll just search 660 Review and Crew, and you can find some of my old streams there. I was streaming KOTOR for a minute, but I'll get back to that at some point. I have a little less interest in BioWare games than I do in other CRPGs. KOTOR I was kind of enjoying. It's not that I need the combat to be particularly, rich, so much as the story and dialogue, and I was not, I will admit, I was not getting what I would really like. I know Star Wars is for babies, I know Star Wars is funny series for babies, everybody knows this, but I have a soft spot for it, and so when it gets particularly babyish, I go, oh, man. Anyhow, let's get back into the game. So here we are. When last we left off, we were just sort of wandering around as a zombie. Oh. Goo? My inventory is full. Can't be true. That can't be. Sorry about that. Neighbors were being a little loud. Hope my audio is coming through okay. Okay. Alright. You were going to also dismantle.
I couldn't carry anymore, so I had to drop it.
Club. Okay. So issue being, I can't equip anything because I'm a zombie right now, and that'll destroy my disguise. Can I transfer all of this to our good friend Morth? Mort, come here.
What's up? Okay.
I wonder where that fool's at. There he is. Come here, buddy. We're going to sell off a bunch of these once we find a store. Hell, I don't even know if the clubs do 1 to 6 crushing, 1 to 3 piercing. Yeah, okay, it's about as good as the pry bar. Bolts are wedged in so tight I can't get them out. Some locks in the storage cabinets on the 3rd floor have become stuck again due to the heat. I need the pry bar to snap them open as well. If the pry bar is indeed lost, I will see about procuring the services of a locksmith, having the cabinet locks replaced. Okay. It looks like we need to go places.
Done.
You're so much faster than I am. Morty, slow down. Yeah, hey, can we come up with a funny way to say the nameless one as Rick? He's got the white hair. What do we change the name to? Ooh. Embalming charms. Task list. Someone has penned a series of tasks in red ink. I would like this contracted workers to be inspected thrice daily at the end of each work shift when the new initiates come on duty. We've experienced too many contracted collapses while engaged in heavy labor as of late, and I fear the embalming enchantments initially used on the corpses may be decaying or may have been warped somehow. If the contracted workers could be inspected every 8 hours and raised if they have collapsed, then this would prevent the backlog of shells in the preparation rooms and free up more contracted workers for other duties. I do not wish collapsed bodies to be disposed of. When possible, the original contracted shells are to be raised and be made to resume their duties. I have included spare embalming charms within the shells for the initiates on duty. They are to be used only when the shells cannot be repaired with stitching, bandaging, or applications of embalming fluid. Yeah, let's take that too. I hope we can get a house with a chest.
it is done.
Or just take a look at it, and you're gonna say, "Oh, well, it's locked, boss."
Oh, sure. I'll just swing it with my arms.
I'm gone.
Here we go on the slow trudge to inspecting every chest. Hi, skeleton. How about this skeleton? It's a good thing these don't auto-equip. The air run from the mouth of the cement furnace is incredibly hot. Walking even a few steps past the archway certainly would cause your hair and flesh to burst into flames. Okay. Gotta figure out where we're going.
Huh?
I'm gonna guess that we might have to lose our disguise at this point. If only because it sure doesn't seem like they want us to keep going. Shamble on over here, buddy. The thing is, I think killing Dustman is gonna fuck with our alignment, and I would like my alignment to remain neutral to good, ideally. So, hate to say it, but shamble away for now. Let's see. Nothing in here. Okay. More. Come here. Got more shit to pass off onto you. That might be good. Where are we now? These are also stairs down, but I think these lead somewhere else. So I'm gonna go down these, and Probably have to look around for some keys. Oh,
Done.
wait. I remember this place. Oh, good cards.
Done.
These are heavy tapestries made of some shiny fabric. The symbol of a screaming skull with sharp blades protruding from its sides is woven on the tapestries. Quaint. These metallic blue tapestries are made of the thin chain links. The bony boys are on a roll. This looks like a large tomb. The marble surface gives it a rather elegant look. The plaque on this bier says, "Here lies Dayanar." I wonder if this is her buddy. Oh, almost. A ghost just for us. I also really like the Dustmen, just on a personal level. I think being in the afterlife and being like, no, this is bullshit. We need the true death. I think that's awesome. You see a strikingly beautiful ghostly form before you. Her arms are crossed and her eyes are closed. She has long flowing hair, and her gown seems stirred by some ethereal breeze. As you watch, she stirs slightly and her eyes flicker.
You. What is it that brings you here? Have you come to see firsthand the misery you have wrought? Perhaps in death I still hold some shred of use for you, my love.
Her eyes slowly open and she blinks in confusion for a moment, as if uncertain where she is. She looks around slowly and sees you. Her tranquil face suddenly twists into a snarl, and then all that. Who are you? Spirit makes a begging motion with her hands. How can it be that the thieves of mind continue to steal my name from your memory? Do you not remember me, my love? The ghost stretches out her arms. Think. Her voice becomes desperate again. The name Dayanara must evoke some memory within you. Oh, at last the fates show mercy. Even death cannot chase me from your mind, my love. Do you not see? Your memory shall return. Tell me how I can help you, and I shall. You are one both blessed and cursed, my love, and you are one who is never far from my thoughts and heart. What do you mean? The nature of your curse should be apparent, my love. Look at you. Death rejects you. Your memories have abandoned you. Do you not pause and wonder why? I'm still trying to get my bearings, actually. Memories aside, assuming death has rejected me, why is that a curse? I do not doubt your ability to rise from the dead. I do believe that every incarnation weakens your thoughts and memories. You claim you have lost your memory. Perhaps it is a side effect of countless deaths. If so, what more will you lose in successive deaths? If you lose your mind, you will not even know enough to realize that you cannot die. You should truly be doomed. How long has this been going on? I do not truly know, except that it has gone on long enough. Blessed and cursed. I know that you once claimed you loved me and that you would love me until death claimed us both. I believe that, never knowing the truth of who you were, what you were, and what am I? I cannot... She suddenly freezes. The truth is this. You are one who dies many deaths. These deaths have given the knowing of all things mortal, and in your hand lies the spark of life and death. Those that die near you carry a trace of themselves that you can bring forth. As Dayanara speaks the words, a crawling sensation wells up in the back of your skull. You suddenly feel compelled to look at your hand. As you lift it up and look at it, you can see the blood coursing sluggishly through your arm, pouring into your muscles and in turn giving strength to your bones.
Updated my journal.
And you know Dayanara is right. You suddenly remember how to coax the dimmest spark of life from a body, and bring it forth. The thought both horrifies and intrigues you. I've remembered how to raise others from the dead. I can only use this on party members that have died in my presence. It will not work on anyone who does not travel with you, and it will not work on party members you remove from the party while they are dead. I better be careful then, goddamn. Who are you? Spirit makes a begging motion. Can you tell me where I am? Where are you? Why, you are here with me, my love. As in the times when life was something both of us shared. Now it is the eternal boundary that separates us. Daenar sounds sad. It is a barrier I feel you shall never cross, my love. It is the barrier between your life and what remains of mine. As you are about to ask Daenar, the question catches in your throat. It occurs to you that you tell her you are looking for an escape route. She may feel you are abandoning her. If you're going to ask her how to leave, you need to be delicate about it. In danger, Daenar looks concerned. Of course, my love. I will aid you any way I can. After a moment, she closes her eyes for a moment, and you watch an ethereal zephyr pass through her body, stirring your hair. After a moment, the zephyr dies, and her eyes slowly open. Perhaps there is a way. I sense that this place holds many doors shrouded from mortal eyes. Perhaps you could use one of these portals as a means of escape. Portals are holes in existence leading to destinations in the inner and outer planes. If you could find the proper key, you could escape through one of them. Daenar pauses for a moment, as if attempting to remember. Portals will reveal themselves when you have the proper key. Unfortunately, these keys can be almost anything. An emotion, a piece of wood, a dagger of silvered glass, a scrap of cloth, a tune you hum to yourself. I fear that the dustmen are the only ones who would know the keys you could use to leave their halls, my love. Hold a moment. I learned much when I traveled with you, my love, and what you have lost, I have retained. I have not divulged all that I know to you. My sight is clear. Was you fumble in the darkness for a spark of thought? And what is it your sight sees that I do not? Time itself relaxes its hold as the chill of oblivion slowly claims us, my love. Glimpses of things yet to come swarm across my vision. I see you, my love. I see you as you are now, and I see what lies ahead for you. It ripples through the plains, stemming outward from this point. Shall I speak of what I see? First, I require a promise. A promise that you will return, that you will find some means to save me or join me. Tricky. Okay. Do I stay with beautiful dead woman forever, but she is also crazy and addicted to me, and what if I like not being dead? Do I lie? Because it's the only way I get this info, and I would like it. I'm struggling here. It feels wrong to just use her, but I want to know. I'll be straightforward. I not straightforward exactly. I think maybe this incarnation's a little bit of a romantic. I think this version of the Nameless One, and I think this hurts. I find it hard to believe that a woman I once loved would blackmail promises for me with the promise of revelations. Have you no faith in me? Daenar looks taken aback, then her tone changes, her voice becoming almost pleading. I do not mean to extract a vow from you, my love. It is just that I've waited so long for you to join me beyond. If you do not mean to extract a vow from me, Daenar, then do not do so. Now tell your vision, and we will speak no more of vows and promises. She looks as if she is about to say something and sighs in defeat. Very well, my love. As before, I shall have to place my trust in you.
This is what my eyes see, my love. Unfettered by the shackles of time. You shall meet enemies 3, but none more dangerous than yourself in your full glory. They are shades of evil, of good, and of neutrality, given life and twisted by the laws of the plains. You shall come to a prison built of regrets and sorrow, where the shadows themselves have gone mad. There you will be asked to make a terrible sacrifice, my love. For the matter to be laid to rest, you must destroy that which keeps you alive, and be immortal no longer. I know that you must die while you still can. The circle must come to a close, my love. You were not meant for this life. You must find that which was taken from you and travel beyond, into the lands of the dead.
Die while I still can.
Updated my journal.
I do not doubt your ability to rise from the dead. I do believe that every incarnation...
I shall wait for you in death's halls, my love.
She smiles, but there is only sadness in it. She closes her eyes, and with an ethereal whisper, she fades. You back with me, Chief? You kind of drifted out of me there. Oh. Mort couldn't see it.
Ooh, looks like my skills have increased.
Oh, my little Morty boy leveling up. Yeah, boy. Saving throws have improved. 9 hit points gained. 2 hit points gained. Fighting skills have improved. Look at those saving throws, baby. Oh, a 15 against Rod Staff and Wand. Oh, Mort, you wouldn't believe the things you can do now. A charisma of 6. This motherfucker's the most charming guy I've met here. What are you talking? Dexterity is 16. He is ahead. Must be very good at nomming things, I guess. I didn't like that. I don't like the idea that I'm just using this woman for my own gain. Fuck. Oh god, I hope I was like nice to her in a past life, like genuinely, and not like I was just now. I do really like the music here in this more. Very, very, very ethereal, very thin. The wall is removed. Or interactable, anyway. I wonder if I do have to remove it. They'll be on high alert if I take the costume off down here. I definitely can't do that. Okay, we're gonna check that wall first. Then we'll dismantle Big Bones here. Goddamn, I love the music here. Holy shit. Crescent Hatchet. Oh, baby. A Thaco of -1. That's good. If I'm remembering my Thaco right. Before you is a giant skeleton in ornate bronze armor. The armor has been bolted onto the skeleton's frame. A series of elaborate symbols have been carved across the breastplate. You wonder where the skeleton came from. You weren't aware they made humans in this size. The huge blade in its hands looks like it weighs as much as a wagon cart. The skeleton's intricate bronze armor is bronze shoulder blades with a series of iron bolts. As you study the frame behind the armor, you notice the same iron bolts extend to the skeleton's shoulders, elbow, pelvic, and knee joints. Massive, thick leather cords and heavy knotted ropes run along the length of the skeleton's arms and legs, woven in such a pattern they resemble muscles and tendons. How about this skeleton? What are you doing back there? Sorry, one of my cats is going foolish. Oh, sorry. Oh, yes. Yes, I think this'll do. What, did we get married at some point? I don't want you to get her a wash. If you really care, you find a way to get my head on that giant skeleton's body. Okay, Mort, you come here. Because I need you nearby if I'm about to die.
I'm hurt.
Oh, fuck. Oh, no. Oh, that was a lot of health. Oh, God, I should have saved. Oh, no. Oh, shit. Fuck, I guess we're in it. I guess we're in it. Okay, I need to figure out my best bashing weapon. Yeah, okay.
How many times must this fool die? I'm really sick of you dying on us. Cut it out, will ya?
Okay.
Done.
Well, not ideal. Okay. Okay. Whoa, no, more. Stop.
What?
Stop.
Good as done. What's up, Chief?
Okay. We lost 2 blood clots to a skeleton we could not defeat.
Done.
Now we gotta be real careful. Okay. Let's start bashing heads. Keep all these on us. Okay, weapon, pry bar.
Forced it.
Open.
Yes! Couple more cons. Bone char. Corpse fly char. Holy shit. Oh, we could just snap his neck.
What's the word? Sure, why not?
All right.
Hey, you have a name. That's a good sign.
Updated my journal.
I'm sorry, Sphera. Are you lost? If there's a way to join the Dustman, I should probably do that so I can just come back here. Oh, I wonder if I should have gone for the portal instead. I don't know where I would have gotten a crooked bone. I've recently taken ill. Minor fevers, nothing more. Sometimes they make sleep difficult. A ghoulish man. No respect for the dead. Even less for the living. He's a scavenger collector. They make their living gathering corpses and bring them here to the mortuary. We then make sure the bodies receive a proper burial. Okay, we can't re-enter if we leave. We gotta go, though. We definitely can't stay here. Let me check if there's any other quests. Journal. I guess that's it. Northwest room, first floor. We'll come back for it. I think it's best we just escape the mortuary and get to the real game now. I'm gonna miss this place. We've had a lot of fun times here. Oh, whoa, what is... Oh, no, I don't like this at all. And I feel like there's... We got one memory earlier. I could swear I recall there being more memories, because I've played at least this much before through the mortuary. Ah, what a beautiful game.
Done.
We did it. We escaped the mortuary. Let's save real quick. No, we don't have to right now. Let's go Good talk to these fellas. What's up, boys?
Updated my journal.
Ancient Emmerich and the Gathering Dustmen are also sinks. Head southwest and west. Lies past the... Anyone else got anything interesting to say? This game's so goddamn cool. A lot of dustmen in these parts. All the same. Alright. This, I think, is the gate. God, it's nice to be able to run again. Fuck. Oh, this rules. I feel so free. I'm as fast as the wind. And into the wild blue young Pox. What's up? His cowled figure is hunched by the mortuary gate. His face is obscured by the shadows of his hood. What little you can see is his chin, which is covered with stubble. It appears to be a foul green-purple rash. Rash seems heaviest around his neck, fading as it curls up to his chin. He doesn't budge. There's a moment of silence, and he responds in a high-pitched voice that sounds more suited to a girl of 10 years than a man. Hi? Who are you? Pox, am I? Hi? Pox. Mother and father named me. Wished a pox on firstborn. A curse given. Came true and did. Hi? Again, your eyes are drawn to the purplish-green rash covering Pox's chin. Hi? What are you doing? Wait for dinners, do I? Huh? Find a dinner, take him to the gate, get some jink, then again away. Hi? A dinner's due to a dustman what coppers to a collector. Bring him the dead, they give you copper at the gate, they do. Why did the dustman pay for the dead? Streets clean, dead is put in their place. Streets don't stink, dead aren't lost, kept inside gate, all happy. Hi. What did dustmen do with these debtors they buy? Haul debtors inside gate, put them on slabs, cut them up, bury them, make them walk. Hi. They make some get back up if the debtor gives the dustman leave to. The debtor become a scalder's alms. Is the front gate the only way inside? Only debtor and dustman go in gate, they do. You want Pox make you debtor again? How about I pretend to be dead? Let Pox see you play debtor. You play debtor, good Pox get you in. I'm Pox Cellier. You want to be sold now? Do you know someone named Farad? Farad Collector. Big name. Big name has weight. Cast long shadow it does. The hive here he is. Somewheres. Hi. Somewheres in the hive he is. Farad hide he does. Very hard finding he is. Not worth finding he is. Many hates him. Other collectors even. Sharegrave hates him. Not like Farad at all. Hi. Sharegrave, big name, carry weight, cast long shadow he does. Tell Pox what to do, he does.
Updated my journal.
Sharegrave knows dark, he does. No Farad a hiding, he does. Sharegrave in right pick a square, many blocks west of here, hi. Say Sharegrave that Pox sends you, tell him. Sharegrave become share couple with Poxy will, hi. lost a journal. Hi, no journal have I seen. Let's get lost in the hive. Never found again. Maybe journal one of them. Hi. Oh, Dustman. Interesting one this time. Oh! All the Dustmen carry the exact same tone and rhythm. Chant rises to a near shout every few minutes and slowly fades in a way that reminds you of an echo. Once it fades completely, the Dustmen speak several lines praising the true death, then begin their chant again. What's up, Dabbers? Frightened hive dweller. Let's talk to you first. Greetings. What you be wanting, Cutter? His voice is shaky, and he seems taken aback by your scores. If nothing on me, says it don't, and my rags are not worth the trouble. Not here to rob you, I had some questions. Keeps a safe distance, and his eyes dart from side to side. Questions, you say? No. What might those questions be? Tell me about the city. What do you want to know about Sigil? Sigil. Sorry. City of doors, a cage, place where all doors lead to and from. Center of the plains, gets most of the backwash from all places too. Some say this is where everybody ends up at one point or another. You see, Cutter, the city is, he frowns as if struggling with the words. The city's got a batch of doors scattered through it, and you see the doors. He frowns again and sighs. The doors. Let me run on my bone box with a little more sense. You see, there's doors all over Sigil, but they don't always look like doors. They're more like portals, see? And they can be just about anything. A window frame, picture frame, an archway, barrel loop, space between the table's legs, or statue's legs. You're saying all of these things are doors. He frowns again. The doors, portals, can be anything that's closed on all sides. It's hard to tell where they are unless you got the key to the door. But how you got it, you Cutter? What makes you say that? Well, you don't act like from your end, Sigil. See? What are those keys you mentioned? Each door's got a key, which makes it open, see? Most times, you won't even know a door's around you unless you got the key. Then the door opens, and you can step through and take your chances. Trick is, I was saying that doors can be anything. So can keys. They can be a tune you hum to yourself in the door, thought you'd be having about pastries, or a little jig you do. Maybe the key's an object, like a piece of glass, or a cobblestone, or a broken tooth. Anything. Sounds a bit confusing. Yeah, used to you do. Where do all these doors in the city go? Doors can go anywhere, Cutter. Some don't even lead to the same place twice. He's getting more Australian as I use. Now let's stick with it. You see, such is the way a number of the doors, they lead to almost anywhere in the plains. Anywhere. It's just there are so damnable many of them. It's hard finding one that takes you right where you want to go. Some other questions for you. Can you tell me about these slums? He looks at you warily and his brow furrows in confusion. Why you wanting to know about the hive, Cutter? Why is it called the hive? I don't know. He looks frightened and he doesn't know the answer. Mess of streets, mess of people, mayhap. Is there any of interest? It depends. Depends on what you find interesting, Cutter. Looking for a good time. Yeah. Well, he licks his lips. There's a smoldering corpse bar and the dusty bar. You don't look like Cutter me drinking bub with the dusties. Yeah, any of the other places around here is just dangerous, so be in your guard. And where the places you mentioned? Well, the smoldering corpse is a few blocks spyward, southward of the mortuary, and the dusty bar is just a little south and west of the mortuary. What's there any of interest? Just looking for a good time. What's dangerous around here? Anywhere in the hive, once dark falls. Then there's this angled alley. You want to be keeping yourself out there unless you want to be in the dead book. Place of gangers and muggers, Cutter. Don't be going there unless you want your next stop to be the mortuary. The alley's a big burnt wreck. It used to be a street before some balmy mage burned it down one night. Here's how they caught the fella, burned him in return, then put him on display at the smoldering corpse bar. It's the hive for you. It's just south and west of the mortuary, just south of the gathering dusty bar. interest. Looking for work. He thinks, precious little, honest, work to be found here, cutter. You can hunt some brain vermin for some coppers, pass them off to the branch office of vermin for some drink, to your tell. But messing with the brain vermin's dangerous work, though. You can also gather some debtors around the hive, take it to the mortuary for some drink. I know, it's very charming, right? I really like the dialogue in this game. It's just very cute. Where is this branch office? It's next to the Hive Market. Go spot southwestern mortuary, 3 or 4 blocks, and dead end into it. Rat kitchens, mither out front, can't miss it. Hive, interest, work. Brain room. Oh, nasty little critters. He bares his teeth like a rat. He looks pretty foolish. Alone, they're barely nothing at all. It's just when brain vermin get together, they get all smart, more of them than they're around each other. Start getting as smart as a human. He shakes his head. Nobody in their right mind wants that to happen. Hazard to everyone's health it is. Gather bodies. It's very surprising to me that they managed to make unnamed frightened hive dweller this distinct from like Doll and Mort and the other characters we've met so far. I'm very glad that they do just have randos willing to spout off total nonsense to you for a while. What were, let's see. Dusties, Dustman, Paleface dead. They're all grim, no human to speak of. Keep the streets free of the dead, stack them in the mortuary. It's the job, Sigil. Other questions? Interest. Looking for someone new from. Name's not one I know, Cutter. Who's he? Well, he most likely has his keep in Ragbicker's Square. Then you might want to look there. During the day, that is. Not a nice place at night. It's a few blocks from here. Go west from the mortuary, far as you can go. You'll run right into it. Careful when you're around there, Cutter. Collectors there don't always wait for a body to die before collecting one. Missing journal. Missing a what? No idea where you find such a thing, Cutter. Alright. Dabbas, come here. I would speak with you. You are one of my favorite things about Planescape. You see a tall creature with a shock of white hair. Skin has a greenish cast and a pair of goat horns protrudes from its forehead. It is dressed in a long flowing robes and appears to be floating slightly above the ground. If you thought everyone else was like interesting so far, here's one of the Dabbas. Oh! Creature turns her face when a series of symbols appears around its head. Symbols have a slight glow about them and they just hover there. Oh, for the power's sake. Pike and Dabbas. What's wrong? He's a Dabbas. They speak in rebuses. These annoying word puzzles. If you don't know what he's saying, then we better find a native or some other way to communicate with him. If we want to. An annoying bunch. I bet they can speak. They just would rather piss everyone else off by trying to puzzle out what they're saying. But what's a Dabbas? Chant is they're janitors for the Lady of Pain. They float around breaking, fixing, patching up sigil according to her whims. They're worse than corpse flies. Mort size. Can't swat them though. The lady will get upset. Lady of Pain? Who's that? She runs the city. You'll know if you see her. She's got these blades around her face. She's about the size of a giant. She floats off the ground, just like these guys. Mort nods at Dabbas, who is looking at you both. Nobody knows much about her. She doesn't speak much. All you know is that you don't want to make her angry. If you see her, my advice, run. Dabbas waits patiently, its hands tucked into its sleeves. A series of symbols materialize above its head, and they vanish and a question mark appears. We're learning. You ask the Dabbas several questions, trying to get a feel for the rebuses that appear above its head. It is extremely patient throughout your discussion, giving you easy sentences to translate. After a few minutes, you start to get the hang of it. Feels like you've done this before. The Dabbas waits. Who are you? Dabbas inclines its head slightly and a stream of symbols appears above its head. I am a Dabbas. What are you doing? A batch of symbols appears above the Dabbas I attend to my duties. Bold take. Puzzles are painful. It's true. It won. Every puzzle is pain. Very descriptive. I have another question for you. Can you tell me about the Lady of Pain? Lone symbol appears above the Daba's head. This one shows just a metallic female mask with blades coming out of the sides. Just looking at the ghostly image makes you uncomfortable. Daba's bows slightly. Symbols swirl around its head, then it turns away. Hitting me with hammers! That's what I get for trying to solve a puzzle. Hive dweller. William, I thought I'd never see you again. It's been, what, 4 years? You looks... Well, no matter. Say, here's that 100 copper I owed you. I would have returned it to you sooner, but it was as if you disappeared off the face of Sigil. I got to be heading away now, William. Fare you well. Oh, there. Good lord. Did he give me... He straight up gave me 100 more coppers. Stay away from that burnt out alley southwest of here if you're not spoiling for trouble. There's a mad woman run around here at times. Heard she's the clueless who went balmy trying to find a way home. Oh, we finally get to the point where we're talking to randos. And they just have dialogue you can't respond to. You see a man in old and tattered clothes as you approach him, makes a detour to avoid you and keep walking. Man ignores you, begins to walk faster. Turns, glancing briefly to the right and left of you as if looking to see if you have any friends with you. He draws a dagger. You'd best leave me be, or you'll be wearing this steel between your ribs. I'm sure you do, and I've no answers for the likes of you. Piss off. Fuck me. God, oh, no. We talked already. Hive thug. Oh, shit. Oh, we're in it now.
I'm hurt.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Okay, we're just gonna... Oh, fuck. Get me into the bar. Get me into the bar. I don't want to be here. I don't want to be here. Oh, God, this isn't a bar. This isn't a bar. Oh, God. Oh, no.
Encore.
Oh, no.
Encore.
No, no. Oh, and I bet they
Feels
took all
like
my
I've
shit,
been through a
didn't they?
shredder.
Yay! I still have all my shit.
Done.
Oh, holy fuck. No, I'm sorry. We gotta go back out. What are you still doing? I tried to leave earlier. Don't be mean to me. I was trying to get out of here, okay? I don't want to bother you guys. It's a hard world out here. I don't have many levels in fighter, okay? Hey, let's talk, man. Don't attack me. Oh, no, you don't. Yeah, I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill you. You and all your little hive buddies. That's right. Class war on the hive. We're just gonna chase you all the way around, my man. You can surrender. Make it easy on yourself. Lay down and die. How many strikes is this gonna take? Whoa, whoa, hey. Oh, thank God. Okay, the dog is not attacking.
Die.
Ha-ha! Okay, we're gonna stick with the scalpel for now. I think that's got my best hit rate. I think I misread Thaco -1. I think I am misunderstanding. Hello, where are we now? A house. Wife of Angyar. Angyar! I would speak with you. Man looks haunted. His eyes are half lit as if he had trouble sleeping, and his hair is long and unkempt. His beard is flecked with bits of dead skin and old bits of food. Doesn't seem to notice you as you approach. What be your business barging into me house? His eyes narrow and his teeth clench. Get, or I'll send you back to whatever grave you called from. You daft? You filthy scar-ridden dog. Off with you, or even the powers won't be able to save your hide. Oh my god. No, please, I don't want to kill anymore. Oh no. No, we can't. Oh. Well. That didn't feel good. Okay, not really any better than the scalpel, I guess. Shit.
I'm gone.
Hey, we're being watched, Chief. Just
I'm hurt.
casual.
Let's take that last clock. As much as I'm reluctant. Whoa. What? Oh, you're a tout. You're a tout. Hey, no. I want to talk with you. Low, sir, and well met. For merely a single copper common I can offer me services as a tout. Some ways I can point out for ye. Tout's guide of sorts, sir. Perhaps you ran parts of the hive I can. There's a mortuary. Let's gather a dust bowl. There's a mausoleum. Where's the memorial? Where's the Westgate lead? Flop house there. Just more than all I've said. Tattoo, parlor that away, and the smoldering corpse bar. Mess of Tufts there too. What up, Dusty? God, everyone here is so mean.
Dusty's lost one of the deaders.
Oh, hello.
Hey, Cough.
Striking red-haired girl dressed in leather armor. Right arm is covered with a series of interlocking plates. Greetings. Who are you? Hi, Golf, you clueless sod. Just had some questions. Hi, and what is it you want? Can't help but notice you have a tail. Do I now? Girl looks her tail. So I do. And here I was thinking that it was a trick of me eye. No, an Irish from Scotland. My, aren't ye a sharp cutter? Why don't you piss off to whatever hole you crawled out of and leave me be? Me nor my tails for trade, jig. I had some other question. It's just as well neither you nor the tailor for sale. I couldn't squeak out a little with him anyway. Where you at? Where you about, you blighter? Say it again. He didn't say anything. God. I do love being a dick with Mort, though, but forget him.
Well, what is it?
Walking ones looks like.
Ching ching. She means money. Okay. The alley spire word. I pike off to whatever you came from then.
I've never seen something so ugly I've not.
Mean to me. His filthy looking corpse is in sad shape. Stains covered from head to toe. Judging from the smell and the texture, the stains run from rotten fruit to mud and bird droppings. Graffiti's been carved into its body, and several notes have been nailed to its chest, back, and head. The corpse makes no response. Despite the many stitches, the corpse's rotting skin is peeling in several places, revealing long stretches of muscle and bone. This zombie is frequently used as target practice. One wicked-looking cobblestone is stone bed on the side of its head. A number of the leaflets have been ruined by rain, but some of them are still legible. One tagged to his back is from something called the Office of Vermin and Disease Control. One on his forehead looks like a bill of fare for a restaurant. One in his chest looks like an official note. Another appears to be some sort of want ad. To those hive citizens wishing gainful employ with the most honorable and generous Sigil government, inquire forthwith at Office of Vermin and Disease Control to help stem plague of brain rats. Bounties paid. Copper given for each rat tail. Brought tails must be genuine and from rat only. No cat, dog, or fiendtail accepted. Office several streets south and west of Mortuary Gate in Lower Hive. Ask for official inspector in charge, the respected Phineas T. Lort, the 39th. Other notices, bill of fare. Someone has posted bill of fare for the Gathering Dust Bar, but the bill of fare cannot be read, as the words Smoldering Corpse Bar have been scrawled in charcoal over the bill. Zombie immediately jerks its left arm upwards and points far to the southeast. A moment later, the arm falls back to its side with a thump. Reminds me of a job I once had. Well, I mean, not the arms. Public notice by the order of the Judiciary Council and in accordance with the citizenry of Sigil, let it be known those defacing a registered servant of the Dustman, either by graffiti, malicious attack, or by posting notices, will constitute felonious assault, and the perpetrator will be answerable for the vandalism of said servant by order of the Hall of Speakers. What about that graffiti? Graffiti runs from obscenities about the Dustman to slogans glorifying what appear to be local gangs. One piece of graffiti catches your eyes. Someone has carved the name Ferrado on the corpse's left arm and slashed an X across it.
Updated my journal.
Zombie immediately jerks its left arm upwards and points far to the west and downwards. A moment later, the arm falls back to its side with a thump. Grab a hold of the cobblestone and pull it out of the corpse's head. Traces of brain matter and rotting flesh slowly drip from it. Looks like whatever was in its head turned to ooze long ago. What about that want ad? Able-bodied person willing to investigate a matter of the utmost importance to the Dustman cause will offer suitable compensation upon successful completion of said task. Interested parties inquire with Initiate Norch, Gathering Dust Bar. What's up, Harlot? Why don't you stay and chat with me a bit, love? Now you look to be a bloody lost something. What good fortune. We probably lost what we were looking for back at your kip, miss. Miss Androne. She spits and makes a half circle around her heart. That bladed witch, all high and mighty, mistress of all this city, floating and silent. She kills anyone in her shadow. She tends to the city high and leaves the living things in it to rot. as much experience as I possibly can. Because I don't got the looks to do what I do. Why is it wash? Oh no, love. According to the greybeards and scholars and governors and all the rest of them rattling their brain boxes, they says the planes go on forever. Who's to say where the centre is? Chief, can you spot me some drink? It's been a long time, it has. I'm gonna ask how you intend to accomplish this. Mimir's a talking encyclopedia. That's me, Chief. May a pox shrivel your innards. You have the stinking fashion sense of a goatherd, and you're twice as ugly.
New taunts, all right.
Chief, got a few more taunts for the old arsenal. Also love.
All scattered crowd should be telling his copper about now.
Let's go find that initiate. We're gonna be
Chief,
friends with him.
what are we doing in here? Let's say we just give this place the laugh, all right?
Oh, the zombies are waiters. Mortuary. Hail and well met, traveler. Hail and well met, traveler. Oh, it's this kind of game. It's finally happened. You look like one who was just getting their single legs about them. Pardon me, have we met before? Your face seems familiar somehow. Possibly, you certain I was one. Maybe I was mistaken. Well, no matter. How is it that Mortai Gravesend may help you? Do you seek the contract, perhaps? The contract? Why, it is but a simple transaction. I give you 50 cogs. In return, after death, the Dustman faction may claim your remains. He smiles and clucks his tongue. What use will you have for them at that point anyway? What do the Dustmen do with the body? What does it matter? It is of no consequence when you pass on. That is to me. Well, if you must know, oft times, nothing is done with the body, and it is we, the Dustmen, who have wasted all that money. More fools us. Mordecai gives a light smile, then looks apologetic. But, rarely, there are times when the workers in the mortuary need to be replaced, and then we may have a need for your body. It is crazy to me that we haven't met one yet beforehand, that we're finally getting you meet the old strange wizard in the bar who goes, "Hail, well met, traveler," and gives you a quest. Let's see if he gives us a quest. You mean I'll be animated as a corpse and put to work in the mortuary? That doesn't sound good. But no harm is done, no pain, and there is no danger. In exchange for money you can spend in this life, you merely have to give us something you will have no need of anyway once you have died. Mordai taps his chest. I signed the contract myself, if you must know. I shall have no need of my body when I pass on. Can you tell me about some of the patrons here? Which patrons did you wish to know about? I don't know any of their names. Have you seen a journal recently? Mortai frowns. He's one of those collectors, isn't he? I know little of him. I think Initiate Emmerich mentioned him in passing. Emmerich should be around here in the bar somewhere. He can usually be found in the far corner of the head table. Forgive me, I must ask again. Are you sure we haven't met before? I do not recall. Something about that. What's up, Seer the Skeptic? As you approach, the elderly woman turns and stares at you. La, look who's come a-calling on Saturday today. Death's dearest son. She looks you up and down and shakes her head in disbelief. By every power in its mother, boy. What crypt did you crawl out of? that's a joke. The crypt was losing its charm, so now I'm looking around for the right place to die. She barks a laugh that rattles your ears. Not here, unless you want to die of boredom. What's wrong with you? Some of them pinch your sense and your sight, boy. She waves her hand around the bar. Look around. What do your eyes tell you? Bunch of fun-loving dustmen, drinking happily and conversing merrily, celebrating life to its fullest. You've got a clever tongue there, boy. Mayhap your tongue is cleverer than you are? Seer squints at you and snorts. Could it explain the scars? Doesn't explain why a dustman is standing here ridiculing another dustman. Are you a dustman? A dustman? I suppose. Seer sniffs. I've seen enough sand pass through the hourglass while wearing these robes. Spot is almost ready to pay the ferryman, but there's not much mirth in it. You afraid of dying? Of course I am, boy. Who isn't? She frowns and glances around. Well, except dustmen. They're not afraid because they've been swallowing so much of their own backdroppings over the decades, they've blinded themselves into thinking that death is some kind of release. Don't sound much like a dustman. Guess the dustman robes don't fit me as well as they used to. Life, I suppose, never mind, you know. I won't bore you with the details. I'd like to know, actually. Oh, would you? How old would you take me for, boy? She starts. Well, you're wrong. I'm really old. Now, I've spent most of my long years teaching dustmen. I've seen many dustmen whelps grow within our order, taught them the ways of the faction, kept the faith, preached the tenets of the faction, and so on and so on. No questions, no doubt. This life was merely an antechamber that led to the true death. What happened? Well, a half-month back, I went sick with a fever. I thought it was the end, it rattled my cage. Her face becomes a stone. There's something about having your faction members circle around your deathbed like a pack of pale-faced ghouls, nodding and agreeing that your suffering and dying is all for the best. Oh, Seer is so fortunate she shall soon be relieved of the burden of life. Burden of life? That's when it struck me. That there's something, a queer expression comes over her features, addled about not appreciating your life. The dustman keeps saying that life is misery and suffering. Is it? That we should be happy to pass on into oblivion? Should we? She shakes her head. Questions, and precious few answers. Doesn't sound like you believe in the dustman philosophy anymore. I suppose I have got a swarm of doubts all buzzing in my skull. Hard to get them all to be quiet sometimes. They need to be fed some answers, and I haven't got them all worked out yet. What'll you do? To be square, boy, I don't know. That's the problem with doubt. I can't even trust that what I'm feeling is true, or if I'm scared of death only because of my brush with the fever, or even what I should do. Is this a passing thing? I don't know. If you truly believe in the dustman philosophy, then your brush with the fever would be a set of doubts. See, I would treat this as a test of your belief. It sounds like these feelings are only temporary. Yeah, I mean, we've seen other Dustman characters very close to death. I just don't know that I agree with the Dustman. I think their philosophy is interesting. Especially in a mortal guy who doesn't remember... Well, I guess in that way he does die all the time. Seer stares at you, then nods slowly. Maybe so. Maybe so. I'll have to chew it over some more. It's no small matter. Now, enough of me rattling on about my woes. You look like you've shared a few handshakes with death yourself. Hasn't that changed your views somewhat? Doesn't it make you appreciate life a bit more? Yeah, let's be honest. I think we can trust her. Well... No, I don't think I do appreciate life. Well, that's a shame, boy. You see her rubes. If a death's head grin isn't enough to make you want to hold on to life, there's probably not a force on the plains that can make you see sense. You're rattling my coffin. strange are the ways of the plains. I've seen too much to throw any tale out with the wash. If it's true, why does this happen? I don't know. Makes two of us then. Most peculiar. Never heard of anything like that. Shame about the memories. Nay, another one. Canonical respawn. Perhaps I could ask you some other questions. See a journal? No idea. Dull. He was my instructor in the philosophical arts during my early training at the Mortuary, and a crusty fool to boot. He's ill, so my ears tell me, but leaving bored deaf with his presence. Oh, don't be mean about Dull. Canonical respawn. So, I think the thing with the Nameless One, and coming back from death, he loses memories. And it sounds, based on the way our ex-lover was talking, we might change personalities between stints. I don't know. Imagine if every time you came back in Slayer or something, you also got different armor and were for sure a different guy. Is he dying? Sicker than a spotted dog, he is. Not much sand left in the hourglass for him. Sego, do you know him? Boy used to be a regular around here. Don't know what happened to him. Could be he was shaken up after his friend died. One of his friends was killed in a hive a few weeks ago, torn apart by rats. She shakes her head. Messy business. No, only for the past few months, and last I heard he was just out for some missionary duty, but I don't know where. Avine, do you know her? Poor eyesight, near death, talents for hands. Maybe she's a new initiate. Never heard of her. What I? Thought we were going to ask about Dustman. There's no Dustman who's less a Dustman than that chink-smacking bone-box rat, Blackwit. What am I so anxious to impress his betters by getting the most dead contracts signed that I wonder if he'll ever be a Dustman. He's eager to get contracts signed, right? He's concerned about his reputation. He's thinking of his career in the Dustman. That alone says it all. It's said that passions kill. For Dustman, it's the opposite. Passions keep you alive. If you can't strip yourself of passions, whether eagerness, greed, or ambition, then you're doomed to never truly die, because life will always hold a piece of you. Right, then what coffin did you crawl out of? One of those shoddy splint coffins that hammers most like. Gives corpses splinters, I hear. That boy's not been with a clipped copper since his father died. Hammers is a coffin maker in the lower ward. Inherited the shop when his father died, much to the shame of every corpse needing a coffin, crypt, or tombstone in Sigil. Those ears just for show, boy? He died. His son talked him to death, most likely. The boy's tongue doesn't stop rattling. I'm surprised he doesn't shake his head. I must take my leave. These guys are fun. Hey, are you, Norwich? You see a spindle-thin Dustman in dirty black robes. His stiff black hair springs forth from his skull like a crown of spikes. His leopard-white skin is drawn sharply across his skull. He's frowning into his drink and mumbling to himself. Dustman looks up, blinks once, then looks you up and down, studying you as he studies you. As he studies you, he takes one of his spiked locks and points to himself with it. Norchage, Initiate, Dustman, God. Hear about the postman outside. Many troubles have I. Help can you? Mausoleum awakes, the dead walk. The dead disturb, the Dustman disturbed. Find out what disturbs the undead. Copper coins will I pay.
Updated my journal.
Mausoleum by Dustman Memorial. Go north and west from Black Monument. Go to the arch, and a semicircle over your heart with this finger, this make. He wiggles the index finger on his right hand. To the mausoleum go you will. Hello, awaiting death. Why do you want to live? Why do you want to die? This existence is a mockery of life. I do not wish to continue the charade any longer. His face wrinkles in disgust. Why would anyone wish to remain in this foul city in the center of a multiverse that feeds on pain and hatred? Death is silent, comforting. And why haven't you killed yourself already? Bleak outlook. This is living? He bares his teeth and his hands clench. This existence is a mockery of life. He's just repeating himself. Oh, is this going to get us a memory? What is there? What did you see? I lay on an island adrift in an ocean of great darkness. The island was formed of shadowed stones. The stones were not stones, for they murmured and whispered to me in a speech I could not understand. There is no silence there, no comfort when the chill burrows beneath the flesh and sinks into the bone. There is no difference. Beyond the shadow of this existence, more misery awaits. There is no oblivion, no cleansing, nothing changes. The planes rotate and nothing ever changes. You can still change. Nay, I have tried repeatedly. It is more than belief, it is reality. Have you seen this city? It rots and everything within it rots with it. There is no hope, nothing to strive for. Everything is stained with darkness and shadow. What about your beliefs as a dustman? Isn't that a worthy enough goal? The dustman philosophy is a worthy goal, else I would not have become a dustman. Perhaps you are right, but sometimes it is hard to ignore the pain of this life. How should I deal with it? That should help you work past it. Simply try to live as best you can. You must endure this life. Your words carry weight, sir, and a fresh perspective. I will do as you have said. Live, grow old, and learn. I think this is part of why the dustmen don't kill themselves, actually. I think you can respond to their philosophy with basically the same way you would to any nihilist of, like, well, just go ahead and kill yourself then. And I think the rebuttal to that is pretty easily like, no, to learn the true nature of death, we can't actually just rush into it. It must be embraced and awaited, but not rushed into, because the desire prevents you from ever going into it. Old Copper Eyes. Before he was a tall, silent figure. He could easily pass for a statue, though the deep furrows on his face and brow make you wonder if the sculptor was a little too eager defining the face with the chisel. He looks well over 50 years old, but exactly how much over 50 it's hard to tell. You catch the dull sheen of copper in his eyes. Old Copper Eyes stares at you. His eyes are difficult to make out past the black wall of his eye sockets, but they look to have a coppery sheen about them. Never mind, farewell. What's up, zombie worker? Come on. Did you see the way that... Please don't start this again. I don't really mind the attention, actually. It's just, I like to be seen as something more than just a skull, you know? I have feelings that go beyond my base animal instincts. I want courtship, not some fortnight fling around the mausoleum. Keep it up, I'm going to do something. Whoa, Chief. Women, they appreciate lovers, not fighters. If you had half the sense you died with, you'd know better. When it comes to the annals of love, I wrote them all. Ooh. No. The skull said fortnight, that's true. This looks like a mirror. There's no reflection of the bar in it. It's made of featureless black metal. Initiate, I want to talk to you. You have the look of one lost. Did the wind send you, or are you here with purpose? I am Emmerich, factotum and initiate of the Fourth Circle. If you measure ownership in copper, this is not my establish. If you measure ownership in spirit, it is mine. The dustmen here are my students. They are under my protection. Can you tell me about the Dustman faction? Dustmen seek the true death. Some call it oblivion, but this is incorrect. Dustman, the true death is freedom from but the chains of this false life. This life, that many cling to with their emotions, is a false existence. And as long as one clings to it, they will continually be reborn into it. One must divest themselves of emotion to escape this cycle. This I do believe about Planescape. I do believe that it is a reincarnative setting. There are some things that indicate that, and there are others that establish that there is escape from it. But you don't necessarily have to think of being here as a punishment. How your factions organized. Dustmen are organized into 5 circles. The 5th circle is made of the lowest rank of Dustmen, initiates. The 1st circle is comprised of the highest ranking Dustmen, the ruling body of our faction. Tell me about the dead contracts. Do you wish to sign the dead contract? In exchange for 50 copper commons, the dead contract gives the Dustman faction the rights to your corpse after death. Do you wish to sign? No. Come here in search of a journal. These eyes have seen no journal. Perhaps your search will take you elsewhere. Search for a man named Farad. I would know why you seek the collector Farad. The streets are not a burial ground. Mortuary is where the dead are to be interred. It is the duty of a dustman. Emmerich falls silent for a moment. You feel he's trying to make a point. I would know why you seek this collector Farad. As do I. He has made such a thing difficult. He speaks through other men. When 2 men speak through other men, little is said and much is lost. Collector Farad has brought many corpses from the mortuary of late. One must ask where these bodies are from. Some are recent dead. They still have their last moments in their eyes. Many more bodies are centuries dead. The dust of ages lies upon their bones. One must ask where these bodies are from. How would you do such a thing? I would track Farad down and ask him. If you spoke with the collector Farad and returned with his answers, you have done a great service for the dustman. Find where the dead he brings us to where the dead he brings to us are from, and you'll be rewarded. Find Farad, speak to him, find out where these dead bodies he brings you are from. It is not known to me where the collector Farad is. He hides from the eyes of the dustman. Do you think this scientific creation is a result of just general chaos, or is there a higher structure that causes it? So, this does depend on the plane. You are reborn into Planescape if you died in the Prime Material plane based upon what alignment you fall into. And this is one of those things that underpins that, like, alignment is true, but it is also not solid one thing. For instance, there are planes of various alignments that are actually between, like there's a plane between lawful neutral and lawful evil, and it's the plane of lawful evil and lawful neutrality. It's both. And you go to a plane based on what alignment most fits yours. If you're more evil than lawful, but you're still lawful, you probably go to lawful evil. But it might be that you are a little more evil towards the sort of neutral side of things than you are lawful, and you'd go between the 9 hells and the gray wastes. So you'd be in that between plane. I forget the name of that one. But if you're more lawful than you are evil, but you're still evil, it might be that you end up in Acheron, which is this plane of endless organized war on giant steel cubes the size of continents that continually bash into each other. And in most planes, when you come there after death, you don't actually remember who you were in life. You're reborn as a petitioner, usually. Sometimes you can ascend up the ranks. For instance, petitioners in all the lower planes, or virtually all of them, start as larvae, and you can, through effort, through conquering other devils, demons, daemons, you know, the Tanari, the Batezi, the Yugoloths, you can eventually go up the ranks of those hierarchies. And the same is true if you go to, like, the 9 heavens. You're reborn as a lantern, and eventually you can ascend the ranks of the angelic hierarchy, And the goal of petitioners is usually to become one with the plane or one with their god. It's not really established what happens when a petitioner dies. Now, given that devils, demons, Yugoloths, many of the hierarchical outsider beings are born from the spirits of people in the afterlife, that's where your spirit goes when you die. You become a petitioner. And then, as a petitioner, you become an outsider if you get high enough level. You would think that they are either undying and immortal at this point. Like, the summon demons and summon angel spells usually indicate that those beings, if they die here on the material plane, just return to their plane of existence. But we don't know what happens when they die in the planes. Some people speculate. There's this one guy on YouTube I've been watching. He's Planescape videos. Is this an alternative base D&D setting afterlife, or is this just reality for that edition? For 2nd edition in particular, Planescape is just true. And it's not only true of, like, the Forgotten Realms, it is also true of the base settings at that time, which were Kryn, which is, I think, the Dead Sun setting. I think that's what it was called. And Grey Space, which is the setting of Greyhawk. Dragonlance. So Dragonlance, Forgotten Realms, and Greyhawk. And ostensibly any other settings that existed at the time. I just don't think there were any. A lot of people use Planescape as like a stopgap between main modules that were actually listed. Let me turn down the game just a little. A lot of people use those as stopgaps in between. They would use either Spelljammer or Planescape, and that would be able to get you, like, you did a Forgotten Realms campaign, then you want to go to Kryn, you would end up in the City of Doors in Sigil through a portal, and you'd be doing some stuff there, and then eventually you'd get to Kryn. Or you take a Spelljammer, and you travel from Realm Space to Kryn Space, and you get a fun little space adventure in between the two. That was kind of the main playstyle at the time, because after 20th level, it was kind of hard to, like, give you anything that was still a threat in the material plane. You had to be going into the planes. You had to be doing adventures where permadeath was more of a risk, and that's the other thing about the planes. You can still permanently die in the planes. We know that permanent death is possible, but it's weird when they specify it, because we don't know what happens in the cases where they don't. There are two big examples, and they're both in the inner planes, the elemental planes, and they are... So the elemental planes are fire, earth, water, air, and that's the main four. Those are the quote-unquote true elemental planes. And then there's the positive energy plane and the negative energy plane. Positive energy plane being the plane... sort of. Positive energy plane, these are the ones that are actually closest to just being, like, energy and just natural things. Most people, when they die, are never going to go to one of the elemental planes. The positive energy plane is a plane of, like, sheer blinding light. It's like a constant heal spell. It can heal you over your maximum hit points, and eventually you just explode because you're so full of energy. You get super revived to a point of dying. In the negative energy plane, though, they specify that every second you're there, your body is decaying. You are being assaulted with the energy of death itself. Like, this is how dead bodies are animated, is by the energy of the negative energy plane. And eventually, if you're there too long, your body remains. Your soul does not. Your body's dead and gets revived as a zombie and is there for all eternity. Presumably, it could be removed and then just dealt with, but your soul is gone. Like, gone. And the same thing happens in one of the... I always mix up the para-elemental planes and the quasi-elemental planes. One category is for planes that are in between elements, in between the four hermetic elements, and the other is between any of the four hermetic elements and one of the energetic planes. I think quasi is the one that's between energy and natural elements. And in between air and negative energy is the plane of void. And the same thing happens there. Your soul just gets obliterated eventually. There's one or two other places where that can happen as well. But in other cases, we do not know what happens. And especially because the writing of the planes, in particular the lower planes, the hells, the fiend places, is so modeled on like the Christian hells and conceptions of eternal punishment. You're meant to be eternally punished. You're meant to be, immortal, but suffering constantly. And if you could just get reborn as a larva and your life just sucks, yeah, that's bad. But you don't even remember why you're being punished, so what's the point? Like, petitioners lose their memory of their mortal life. So would a petitioner even want to be a petitioner? But we don't know what happens when you get, like, cursed like that or reborn like that. And we don't know what happens to, like, devils that die in the planes. Yeah, it's pretty Christian, but weirder is a good way of putting it. I think it is more interesting, and it is complicated by the fact that there are a bunch of other planes of other different alignments, that the good planes aren't even mostly good, because the trick is adventure settings have to have conflict to be interesting. The reason I think the good planes get less modules about them, get less details about them, is simply because they are not as ripe for adventure by the nature of, like, oh, they're supposed to be eternal paradise. But they do give you stuff about, like, the endurance run that you have to go on to, like, merge with the plane to be maximally good to a point that you, like, find eternal rest. And, like, Bitopia just has capitalism, and, that doesn't strike me as good. Like, you can be poor in Bitopia, and things can suck for you. Or if you are in Olympus, Olympus is one of the planes of chaotic good. Yeah, I think it is the plane of chaotic good. And you can get murked there, easy. And the gods will smite you for no reason. Like, just for fun. It's not good to be there. The Beastlands is an in-between plane between chaotic good and chaotic neutral. And that's one of the tension planes. So yeah, you could argue, oh, well, that's because of the, it's not all good. But you could just get murdered by big old beasts there. You could get eaten. Your soul doesn't get obliterated there, I think. In most cases, if you are, like, from the prime material plane, but you die on one of the... Chaotic sucks, yeah. Limbo is the most fun to me of the chaotic planes, but it sucks the worst. Literally anything can happen in Limbo. There is no ground to stand on. Gravity is random. Anything can happen there. Literally anything. I forget what tables they have, but it is such that, like, shit can just appear out of thin air. And it's the home plane of the Slods, the weird frog people. But the frog people don't get much, like... I don't get why all the frog people are chaotic evil if the plane that they're from is chaotic neutral. That is stupid to me, and I hate it. I want there to be normal, neutral frog people. I want there to be frog people that are just like, I just don't care what happens, man. It's all made up anyway. And he blinks, and then he disappears from existence. Because that could happen to you. You could just explode. You could just disappear. You could just disintegrate at random. Chaotic sucks, yeah. I found that one guy's perspective really interesting. Let me find the name of his channel. He gives really in-depth breakdown, like over 3-hour breakdowns on the various D&D planes. Wade Allen, and his perspective, based on, like, looking over every single edition and their alignments, as well as the multi-planar perspective on alignments, is that where law, regardless of good or evil, is sort of a collectivist philosophy, that there is some sort of responsibility you hold to other people, or some sort of control that you have to have over other people. The chaotic alignments are individualist, and that they are more about the code that you put upon yourself rather than others. And I thought that was interesting. Each of his videos gives kind of a breakdown on the alignment associated with a plane, and you can get kind of a sampler of, like, the different perspectives on it. And he does really good breakdowns of the philosophy of the factions, correlating them to real-world philosophies, and how they do or don't exactly map onto those, and, like, is this an effective tool? He says probably not, but it's an interesting exploration. and I think that is worthwhile. Like, he talks about, is this faction utilitarian? Is it individualist? Is it value-based? Is it essentialist? But anyway, we know what happens if your soul gets obliterated, which is to say, nothing can be done about it. You can't be revived on the Prime Material. You can't be revived in Planescape. You can't be revived anywhere. You're gone. And if your body's gone, you're double gone. You can't even make a zombie out of that guy anymore. But if you just die, where does your soul go? From my perspective, I would generally assume, and I think it's implied somewhere, I don't remember if this is a canon detail or not, that if you die on a plane, you'll go to that plane, whether as a petitioner or something else. But I figure, one of the quote-unquote planes is the Outlands, which is the expansion. It's this true neutral expanse, and if you don't really fit in anywhere, you're reborn on the planes there, and not as a petitioner. I think you even remember, like, who you were, so you're definitely not a petitioner. If you dedicate yourself to a god when you die, then you just go there. But past that, I don't really... So, the gods have specific realms within the various planes that are, like, special rule-excluded zones, so they function differently based on the rules of a god rather than the rules of the plane. Like, Bitopia has weird gravity in some places, but gods have such power that they can just dictate the rules of their domain. So presumably if a god had a domain in the expanse of Bitopia where gravity shifts from one end to the other, they could just make it neutral. They could make it point one way specifically. They could make it point fucking sideways if they wanted. In the Abyss, there are various rulers of various layers of the Abyss because it's infinite layers. So practically every demon is vying for power on one or more layers. And they change the rules. And with the Yugoloths of the Grey Waste naturally just saps your energy. You just get depressed. It's the neutral evil one, and again, I found it really interesting because, like, the thing Wade gets at in his video is that, like, is it that the greatest evil? Because they say at many points that, like, the Grey Wastes are, perhaps the most evil out of any of the evil planes. Because they, they not only have the ambition to do evil, you could argue that, like, the chaotic evil ones, they don't even know what they're doing. They're just doing it. They are acting on sheer impulse. You could argue the lawful evil ones, they are doing it, but they're doing it, in a ruled and ordered way. And it's hard to say between those two which is more evil. And the Yugoloths, they're playing both sides. They've got mercenaries to keep the blood war going forever, to milk it for profit and power. They've got spies embedded everywhere. They're willing to do anything, but not in the way that Chaos is. And they're willing to abide by any rule, but not in the way law is. And so in that way, sure, I think the Yugoloths might be the greatest evil because they could go either way, they can do what they want, they're more free despite being less chaotic. And I think that's a weird tension to negotiate, and I think it is interesting because I think it gets at how chaos itself is a binding philosophy. I really like the perspective on Mechanus, which is the plane of lawful neutral, that gets at, like, Primus, who makes the Modrons, might be letting it happen on purpose to understand chaos. And in my perspective, order and chaos are not really diametrically opposed. One is a natural extension of the other. Is chaos so grand a formula of order that we simply can't see its true nature? Or is order simply structured chaos, and at the end of the day, it all fades away anyway? And so I find that perspective on it really interesting, but that's probably not true. But anyway, in the Grey Wastes, if you are not a Yugoloth, you just get depressed and slowly die. Only fiends and, like, some other high-powered beings are immune, like devils, demons, and the Yugoloths, who are the main beings of that plane. But if you're in a god's domain, because there are gods in the Grey Wastes, only a few, but there are some. If you're in one of their realms, that isn't necessarily true. It depends on who. I think, I can't remember if Lolth, the Drider god, is in the Abyss or in the Grey Wastes. I want to say the Grey Wastes. Anyway, Okay, hides from the eyes of the Dustmen. I want to join the Dustman faction. I merely believe what the Dustmen believe. Do I, though? I think there is something after Planescape. I think there's definitely... I don't believe that true death simply obliterates us. I have to believe there's something after. Which is insane. No, you're fine. I really love talking about Planescape because, again, it's philosophically really deep and interesting. And the problem is, it's limited by D&D's mechanics and inherent world building. And it has to always fight against that. And I think that tension is really interesting, but it's so damning at points. Alignment isn't true, but it is true. You can be many alignments or none alignments or one of the alignments, but that might be a personal belief, that might be dictated by the gods. But at the end of the day, the planes themselves are functionally aligned in a given way, and there must be something underpinning that. Particularly because if a plane goes out of its given alignment, it gets structurally realigned. Things change to like reorder the universe to accommodate that. They'll get absorbed by another plane, maybe back into like the infinite nothingness. Who knows? I desire to join the Dustman faction. Yay! We're gonna join! Okay, Norchi! I'm calling you Norchi now.
Updated my journal.
When the Dustman, it is. I'll track him down for you. Okay. Alright, I think we are going to stop here, because we've been going for 2 hours, which is a little longer than normal. I got so caught up talking about Planescape. Yeah, let's... Okay, stream... Oh, what? Okay. Alright, good stream, everyone. We will do this again next Friday, 11:30. Oh, no, I'm gone next Friday. That's right. I will be off on a trip. So, no stream next Friday. Friday after that, so our next stream is going to be on the 26th? No? I think October 3rd. I think that's our next stream. Okay.
Right.
Good night, everyone. Goodbye and well met. Later.